Semen retention is less about mysticism and more about discipline, a daily practice that funnels scattered energy into purposeful action. When a man stops giving away small pieces of his attention and vitality, he often experiences clearer focus, steadier moods, and a magnetic stillness that others notice before they can name it. Before we dive into the secrets of semen retention power, make sure you subscribe now and join our Telegram family. The link's in the description. Don't miss the exclusive insights and daily motivation that will keep your energy, focus, and discipline unstoppable. Your success journey starts today. For retention, discipline. They attach the practice to tangible outcomes, improved focus, better creative output, or emotional stability rather than vague promises of irresistible attraction. Purpose converts abstinence into a growth habit, not a morality play. Structure matters. Build a simple daily architecture. Sleep, movement, cold exposure, focused work blocks, and short meditation. These pillars take the place of impulsive habits. The energy you keep becomes fuel for these activities, amplifying performance. The result feels like a reservoir. You access it when a high-leverage moment appears. Control of attention is the real currency of attraction. When you're calm and attentive, people feel seen. Use the time reclaimed from compulsive behavior to practice deliberate listening and curiosity. Top men listen more than they speak. Their silences are not empty, but full of intention. And that calm attracts people who prefer depth over noise. Emotional regulation is one of retention's quiet benefits. Instead of emotional spikes, you develop a steady baseline. This steadiness is read as strength. You won't be needy, reactive, or as easily thrown off course. Women and high-achieving men gravitate toward partners who can hold emotional space without drama. Work on posture and breath. Simple somatic practices, ground presence. Stand tall, breathe diaphragmatically, and practice a slow exhale. These small physical calibrations alter your nervous system and broadcast confidence non-verbally. Presence is contagious. A grounded body creates social gravity and draws attention in a subtle, effortless way. Replace fantasy with concrete creation. Channel the urge into projects that matter. Writing, learning an instrument, building a side business, or mastering a skill. The outcomes of these efforts accumulate long-term value. Achievement is attractive. Competence is magnetic. When you create, you also prove to yourself that your retained energy has a purpose. Develop rituals that signal seriousness. Morning routines, weekly planning sessions, and monthly reviews turn intention into habit. Rituals reduce decision fatigue and conserve willpower. High performers treat their routines like small contracts with themselves. Keeping these contracts builds self-trust, an invisible magnet that communicates reliability to others. Economy of conversation is powerful. Say less, mean more. Practice concise speech and purposeful humor. The man who speaks with measured clarity commands attention because every word is economical and intentional. This contrast to the ubiquitous oversharing culture often makes him feel mysterious and more valuable in social settings. Polish your aesthetic and environment. Surroundings and style communicate identity silently. A tidy apartment, quality clothing, and curated possessions reflect taste and discipline. Top men understand that small investments compound. They don't need ostentation, they prefer coherence. A coherent environment makes interaction feel safe and premium. Cultivate selective availability. Busy people are attractive because they signal demand and purpose. That doesn't mean playing games. It means structuring life so you genuinely have limited free time. When your calendar is full of meaningful work, your presence becomes a choice, and choices are more valued than defaults. Master social calibration. Know when to escalate connection and when to hold back. Read microsignals and respond in kind. High-value men are sensitive to tone and timing. They don't force intimacy, they allow it to build naturally. This patient approach often results in deeper, more committed interest from others. Invest in conversation skills that demonstrate depth. Learn to ask open-ended questions that provoke thought. Share stories with clear stakes and lessons. Stories transmit identity faster than bullet points. When you can narrate your growth honestly and without grandstanding, listeners feel invited into your trajectory rather than manipulated. Build a visible trajectory. People are attracted to direction. Top men make their ambitions visible without demanding admiration. Work outputs, progress updates, or public projects show forward motion. Visibility isn't boastful when it's backed by results. It simply signals that you're on a path, and that path is compelling to follow. Refine boundaries with warmth. Boundaries create respect. Warmth sustains connection. Being clear about what you will and won't accept in a calm, principled manner protects your time and energy. The combination of firmness and benevolence is rare and thus magnetic. It communicates that you value both yourself and others. Practice discretionary vulnerability. Share selective truths that reveal character rather than need. Vulnerability that demonstrates learning and resilience is attractive. Vulnerability that seeks validation is not. Top men use vulnerability to build intimacy and trust, not to offload emotional labor or demand reassurance. Anchor to big-picture values. Retention becomes meaningful when tied to identity. Who you want to be in 10 years. Let your values guide daily choices so the practice feels aligned with your broader mission. This alignment makes the behavior sustainable, and the resulting presence, authenticity, is essential for long-term attraction. Physical training is non-negotiable. Strength and movement boost testosterone, mood, and self-perception, not for vanity alone, but for function, energy, posture, and endurance. Consistent training signals discipline and care for the body. Physical results compound into subconsciously read signals of vitality, reliability, and capability. Focus on competence in at least one domain. Being a master of something creates perception of status and value. Top successful men often have a clear domain of expertise: business, craft, art, or leadership. Competence breeds confidence, and confidence attracts attention because it promises stability and resourcefulness. Respect the process of delayed reward. Semen retention is an exercise in delayed gratification, translating that muscle into other life domains. Saving money, completing long projects, maintaining relationships will yield disproportionate returns. People notice those who can delay instant pleasures for bigger, meaningful outcomes. Refuse scarcity mindset. Practice abundance in time, attention, and experiences. When you act from abundance, your interactions feel relaxed and generous. Generosity without expectation is magnetic. Curate experiences for yourself and others. Shared rituals, trips, or projects that expand your internal landscape and create memorable emotional anchors. Polish your humor and confidence with humility. The best social magnets laugh easily and admit mistakes freely. Humor that uplifts rather than diminishes creates joyful tension and eases intimacy. Confidence seasoned with humility disarms defensiveness and invites trust, making people more willing to approach and stay close. Practice non-reactivity in conflict. How you manage disagreement reveals your nervous system. Stay calm, name the issue without blame, and propose solutions. Top men resolve tension without spectacle. This steadiness during friction signals emotional maturity and makes partners feel safe during inevitable storms. Expand your friend group to include high-energy, purposeful people. Social circles shape behavior. Surrounding yourself with ambitious, compassionate peers creates accelerants for growth and amplifies your social proof. People are drawn to packs that have clear standards and momentum. This social context makes you look like part of something bigger. Give with intentionality. Help without ledger balancing or expectation. Acts of service that are thoughtful, not performative. Build deep loyalty. Top successful men deploy resources, time, or expertise where it matters. And this consistent generosity yields a reputation that precedes them and draws meaningful relationships. Practice refined flirtation. Subtlety over saturation. A touch held a heartbeat longer. A compliment about an unseen quality. A curious question. These microactions carry weight. Flirtation grounded in respect and attunement feels rare and therefore powerful. It invites curiosity rather than pushes for premature closeness. Maintain financial competence. Money is not attraction, but it reduces stress and expands options. Being financially literate and responsible shows foresight and control. Top men treat finances like a functional skill, not a status prop. Fiscal stability communicates that you can provide security and share opportunities. Keep sexual ethics clear. Consent, respect, and mutuality are central. Semen retention is a personal practice, not a tool to manipulate. Attraction that's healthy enhances both parties' lives. Anything built on coercion or deceit is unsustainable. Ethical conduct builds trust, which is foundational for deep desire and long-term connection. Nurture curiosity about people's inner lives. Genuine curiosity is magnetic because most people rarely feel truly understood. Ask about passions, challenges, and dreams. Listen to the textures of someone's story. This curiosity signals that you value experience over appearances, and it invites emotional investment. Learn to withdraw gracefully. Sometimes the most attractive move is stepping away with dignity. If a dynamic is unhealthy or unaligned, exit politely and without drama. Withdrawal communicates self-respect and clarity. When you leave on good terms, you keep doors open and preserve your energy for better opportunities. Celebrate small wins, publicly and privately. Acknowledge incremental progress and ritual milestones. Top men don't wait for grand outcomes to validate themselves. They honor steady growth. Recognition, not for ego, but for reinforcement, keeps motivation palpable and signals that you're a person who moves forward consistently. Refined grooming and microhabits. Cleanliness, sleep, and dental care are low-hanging fruit that signal self-respect. Microhabits are visible proof of discipline and attract people who appreciate reliability. These habits stack quietly but significantly, forming an invisible baseline of competence that others read without thinking. Practice long-form thinking. Develop the capacity to see 5 steps ahead in conversations, projects, and relationships. Long-form thinkers make choices that align with future selves, not immediate impulses. This temporal depth feels stabilizing and suggests that you are an investment rather than a transient excitement. Use restraint as a social skill. Restraint in desire, spending, or impulse communicates control and values. It creates mystery and signals that you are not desperate for immediate reward. People respect those who govern themselves. This respect often transitions into deeper attraction and trust. Build a signature presence, a consistent vibe you bring into rooms. It could be calm authority, playful mischief, or steady empathy. Signature presence is a learned coherence across voice, dress, and behavior. When you are predictably yourself, others find you reliable and interesting. Predictability paradoxically breeds intrigue when paired with competence. Practice creative scarcity and availability. Offer time that's thoughtfully limited and meaningful. Instead of being omnipresent, show up with intention and quality. When your attention is scarce and present, it becomes precious. This scarcity, when genuine, increases perceived value and deepens connections. Embrace continuous learning, not for appearance, but for depth. Read widely, talk to thinkers, and test ideas. Intellectual curiosity broadens your conversational range and signals adaptability. People are attracted to those who can hold complex topics with clarity and humility, because it suggests growth and resourcefulness. Let your life be a small portfolio of lived stories. Experiences, travel, failures, projects, and relationships create texture. Top successful men collect stories that reveal adaptability and heart. These stories, told succinctly and without grandiosity, invite others to imagine joining your narrative rather than being an audience to it. Endurance beats intensity. The silent accumulation of daily choices shapes long-term identity. Semen retention is one gear in a larger machine of persistent habits. Focus on cadence over peaks. The man who shows up every day becomes someone whose presence feels inevitable and dependable. Close by practicing kindness toward yourself. Growth requires compassion when you fail and curiosity when you stumble. Top men combine ruthless standards with self-compassion. They correct without contempt. This gentle rigor keeps the practice sustainable and allows attraction to arise from a grounded, humane center rather than brittle perfectionism. If you integrate these principles, semen retention becomes less about coercion and more about refinement. The invisible power is not a trick, but the emergent property of discipline, presence, and value creation. That power attracts not because it manipulates desire, but because it makes connection more meaningful, stable, and worth pursuing. All right, you've got this incredible energy now. Don't let it dissipate. Before you click off, prove you were here. Smash that like button, and if you're serious about this journey, hit subscribe right now. This isn't just a channel, it's a movement. I want to know where the next wave of power is coming from, so drop your city or country in the comments below. For direct answers and our inner community's best secrets, the Telegram link is in the description. And please, share this fire with the one person who needs it most today. Go be a force. Have a truly powerful day.